Just a robot.
One of the main things people love to do is pit two characters against one another. You can see this everywhere, especially on the internet. But the characters people bring up in most versus matches are Hulk, Superman, and Goku. And each of these characters have a big fan base who will go to the comments section of any video or forum and argue why their character can beat anyone. All of these fan bases do use different arguments on why their character will beat anyone, but there is one argument they all share, and that's the unlimited power argument. Goku can beat anyone if he trains hard enough. Superman has unlimited power because of the sun. Hulk has unlimited power because the angrier he gets, the stronger he gets. And even if you do manage to hurt him, he'll just regenerate. Now all of these arguments don't prove that any of these characters have unlimited power. They just prove that they all have ever-growing power. Now I'm mostly going to be focusing on the Goku and Superman fan bases, but I'm going to briefly cover Hulk. The reason for this is because I find the Hulk fanbase to be the most well-behaved out of all three of them. Now, Hulk does have many amazing feats, but the thing is, there's more than one version of Hulk. So if you're a Hulk fan, please tell people which version of Hulk you're talking about. Are you talking about the Hulk from Avengers Assemble? Are you talking about movie Hulk? Are you talking about Hulk Hogan? Are you talking about one of the various versions of comic book Hulk? You can't just say all these Hulks are the same character. Let me give you an example. If Super Saiyan 3 Goku went up against someone like Movie Hulk, he would easily win. But if he went up against World War Hulk, who was able to go toe-to-toe with a guy who had the power of 1,000,000 exploding suns, Goku would get his ass handed to him. Also, a lot of the versions of Hulk have different personalities and origin stories. Now, a lot of you are probably wondering, what is the most powerful version of Hulk? A lot of people would either say World War Hulk or World Breaker Hulk, but I personally think the most powerful version of Hulk is one of the older versions, who was so powerful that in his battle with the Nameless One, they destroyed the universe they were in. Going toe-to-toe with a guy who has the power of 1,000,000 exploding suns is impressive, but destroying an entire universe is a lot more impressive. All in all, the Hulk fanbase is pretty well behaved. Just make sure that you know that ever-growing power does not equal infinite power. Yes, there is a difference. And also remember, there is more than one version of Hulk. And make sure you tell people what version you're talking about. Now let's talk about the Goku and Superman fanbases. Oh, the Goku and Superman fanboys. If you have ever seen a versus match on YouTube, chances are if you scroll down to the comments section, you'll see plenty of people saying, Goku could totally kick this guy's ass, or Superman could totally one-shot this person. Calm down, guys. Just because someone is talking about how powerful Naruto is, doesn't mean they're saying he can beat Goku. And just because someone is saying that a certain character can beat a certain version of Superman, doesn't mean they're saying he can beat all versions of Superman. Oh yeah, by the way, Superman fans, stop taking a whole bunch of different versions of Superman and combining them into one character. Whenever I hear people say, who do you think would win in a fight between Goku and Superman, I always ask, which version of Superman are you talking about? DCAU? God of Steel? New 52? Cosmic Armored Superman? There's more than one version of Superman. Stop combining them all into one. Especially you, Death Battle. Speaking of Death Battle, let's go over just how much they lie.
Sure, due to the writing style of Dragon Ball, Super Saiyan God Goku's exact limits are difficult to pinpoint. Also, Goku will likely achieve a new form in the future. It's just how Dragon Ball works nowadays. However, none of that is really a factor. Goku will always have limits, while Superman's maximum potential is limitless.
Wrong!
Don't believe us?
No, I don't.
Well, strap in, boys and girls. Let's look at how Superman breaks reality. Oh, you aren't impossible? How about the time he lifted Spectre off the ground? A guy literally made up of eternity.
Okay, first of all, eternity is not a measurement of weight. Spectre can change his weight however he wants it to be. However, he can never make it infinity. It will always be a finite amount. Also, if he did have unlimited weight, he would fall through the ground. I think Cartoon Fight Club said it best.
We see Superman and Wonder Woman trying to lift Spectre's cape, but they are having trouble. So Green Lantern comes in and digs them a tunnel to break the ground Spectre was on. The ground was perfectly fine holding Spectre, which makes no logical sense if he's infinite pounds, but let's forget that and pretend that the ground somehow has infinite strength as well. In the very next slide, we notice Superman and Wonder Woman are no longer lifting Spectre. Only one person is lifting Spectre in this scene all on his own. Does anyone notice that green box that Spectre is in? Ladies and gentlemen, give a round of applause for the man who apparently now has infinite strength. Green Lantern, everybody.
By the way, I recommend you go check out Cartoon Fight Club. His research is 10 times better than Death Battle. However, a lot of his fights are shit, so yeah, skip the fights.
No, not insane enough for you? Well then, how about the time Superman lifted a book of infinite pages? That's right, Superman lifted both eternity and infinity.
Wow, that does sound impressive. However, on the very next page, it shows that Captain Marvel and Superman failed to lift it. The book doesn't even have unlimited pages. It's just made up of every book ever written. Also, Ultraman read the very last chapter, proving it only has a finite amount of pages.
Superman's held a black hole, survived an explosion equal to 50 supernovas, flew to the center of a red sun, which is like tanking millions of nukes rapid fire, and once easily absorbed enough solar energy to vaporize half a galaxy.
Now, all of these feats are very impressive, especially being able to vaporize half a galaxy. However, Goku is now on a universe-busting scale. In his fight with Beerus, they were accidentally destroying the universe. And let's not forget about the time Vegeta blew up the entire hyperbolic time chamber dimension. And before someone says he just destroyed the gateway, Piccolo did that, and all that did was lock him in the dimension.
Even those called gods in his universe can be defeated and surpassed.
Yeah, and the gods in the DC universe can be surpassed. I think even the Presence has been killed before.
He is not meant to be relatable. He is not meant to lose.
Except for all those times he got his ass kicked.
Superman has been beaten in battle before, when he was still learning. Saying Superman should lose because he lost to Doomsday is the equivalent of saying Goku should lose because he was one shot by Raditz. We are looking at these characters at their maximum potential, not from some random point in their timelines.
Okay, first of all, Doomsday is more comparable to Broly. Second, true, you are not looking at some random point in their timeline. You're just taking a whole bunch of timelines and combining them.
And if Goku did destroy the sun or the planet, he can't survive in the vacuum of space.
Actually, I think he might be able to now, but even if he can't, he does have instant transmission, so he can just teleport to a planet with air. Also, if someone is going to bring up that 40-ton bullshit, judging Goku by that lame feat would be like judging Superman when he had trouble lifting fat Lois Lane. Goku has a lot more impressive lifting feats, like when he lifted an entire cube of Kachi in his base form. But by far, the worst thing about Superman fanboys is just how much they deny proof. Let me give you an example. One thing the Superman fans love to say is, well, yeah, Cell is saying he can destroy the entire solar system, but he's clearly just bluffing about his powers, even though there's nothing to suggest that he's bluffing. There is so much backing up that Cell is a solar system buster. He is the first result when you type in solar system buster in Google. The Daisenshu says he can. In one of the video games he does it. And there's even more proof on top of that. But the only thing the Superman fanboys will do is deny it and make excuses about how it doesn't count. But Superman surviving this attack and this guy saying,
that was like 15 suns exploding in his face.
100% canon! His word is law! Yeah, I know that the Dragon Ball Z characters do a lot more telling than showing, but if it doesn't count when the Dragon Ball Z characters do it, then it shouldn't count when the DC characters do it. Now let's talk about Goku fanboys. First of all, Goku fans, you do know that DCAU Superman is not the only version of Superman, right? DCAU Superman is one of the weakest versions of Superman. I'm just sick of how many Goku fans don't know about the other versions of Superman. Do some research. Second, the whole Master Roshi was able to destroy the moon with only a power level of 130 thing. Goku fans, just stop using power levels. They're a horrible way of scaling a character's power. Second, Master Roshi had to buff himself up first, so his power level most likely went up. Another thing I really hate is just how big their leaps of logic are. For example, a lot of Goku fans say that Kid Goku is faster than light. Why, you may ask? Because when Tien was doing the solar flare, Kid Goku ran up to Master Roshi and stole his sunglasses in order to block the solar flare. Now this doesn't prove that Kid Goku is faster than light. I really think he just grabbed the sunglasses while Tien was saying solar flare. A lot of Goku fans also say that Raditz is faster than light, because of this line in the dub.
He dodged it. He's faster than the speed of light.
But here's the thing, that was only in the dub. That was not in the original manga. So I don't think we can take it as canon. Now granted, Birder says he's faster than light in the manga, but I'm pretty sure he's bluffing. Now I know what a lot of you are thinking. Hold on, Just a Robot. You said it's bad when the Superman fanboys say that Cell is bluffing about being a solar system buster. But here's the thing. There's nothing to suggest that Cell is bluffing. However, there is something to suggest that Birder is bluffing. He says in the exact same word bubble,
I'm the fastest in the universe.
The last thing I'm going to say about Goku fanboys is how they seem to think that busting power is the only thing that matters. Yes, Goku has a lot of destructive power. However, that's not the only thing that matters in a fight. There are many characters faster than Goku, like Flash. And before you say that Goku can teleport, 1, that isn't speed, and 2, even if it did, Flash actually outran teleportation. I'm not making that up. Also, busting power does not equal how much Goku can lift. They mentioned this in the 4th movie.
All right, we're not trying to destroy this thing, just change its course.
Right, I got it. It's risky, though. It'd be a lot easier just to blow the whole thing up, you know?
Yeah, I know, but try to put yourself in their shoes.
I was afraid you'd say that.
Now granted, I know that the movies aren't canon, however Toriyama was a creative consultant on them, so the maker of Dragon Ball Z did have a hand in making the movies. So a lot of you are probably wondering, who do I think is the worst fan base of people who like to argue about why their specific character can beat anyone? Well, between Goku and Superman fanboys, the answer is the Saitama fanbase. Despite how young the One Punch Man fanbase is, they're so irritating. Yes, Saitama is a very powerful character. However, his strongest punch only managed to destroy a beam that could destroy the surface of the world. That's not even a planet-busting attack. To put in perspective just how bad the One Punch Man fanbase is, Cartoon Fight Club has done many fights where Goku and Superman have lost. But in the fight between Saitama and Cosmic Armored Superman, where Cosmic Armored Superman won, Rewind Animations actually had to disable his rating system. As far as I know, he has never done that before. Now that's kind of a bitch move, but it makes me wonder, just how bad was the like to dislike ratio? If anyone is wondering how powerful I think Saitama is, well the thing is, he's very hard to measure, mainly because he doesn't have any clear limits. However, there is one limit that is pretty clear. In One Punch Man, there are multiple classes of heroes, and Saitama became a C class, which is the lowest rank. He became a C-class because he did so poorly on the written test. And a C-class has to do a heroic deed every week or they lose their hero status. Saitama was running all over town and possibly the entire world to see if anyone needed a hero. After a few hours of running, he was completely exhausted. Goku, after flying for 2 days straight on Snake Way, only felt a little tired. And New 52 Superman, which is far from the most powerful version of Superman, lifted the weight of the Earth for 5 days straight without the help of the sun. So yeah, Goku and Superman totally own Saitama in endurance. All in all, if you're a Goku fan, a Superman fan, or a Saitama fan, just remember, be civil about things, because if you don't, you really don't make your fan base look good. My eyes have seen the glory of the cleansing of YouTube, debunking SJWs and feminazis too. We criticize reactionists in hopes they get the boot. Just the robot marches on. Somehow I think this video will get a lot more hate than all my other ones.